YouTube, live on Twitter. We are live on YouTube mobile. Let's go, guys. We are live on everything. What up, Fernie? How you doing, brother? Thank you for the double tap, man. I do appreciate it. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Let's waste no time, guys. Drop a game. Well, first of all, tell me how your day's going, man. Tell me how your morning's going. How did your Friday night go? My Friday night did not go so great. 0-3 yesterday. 0-3 yesterday on those bottom of the barrel teams. I should have known better. I should have really just sent 2 plays. That's on me. I know better. Yeah, 0-3 for me yesterday. That puts the run overall still at 12-4. 12-4, so 12 out of our last 16. We're not gonna let those booty hole universities get to us yesterday, man. It's all good. We bounce back today, guys. That's what we do. Okay. If you're gonna sit around and cry and go into a fetal position, that's on you, man. I know everybody's been eating in the Discord for the last 2-3 weeks. We gonna bounce back, man. All right, let's see. What are you guys saying, man? Kiki wants to talk about Iowa State. All right. What do you think for today? Yep, that's why we're here, man. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's share some knowledge. Chi-Town wants to talk about Texas, okay? Romeo, good morning, brother. Good morning, man. Good morning. Penn State, okay? All right, I'm seeing some Iowa, and that's an early game. Let's talk about Iowa State real quick. We're talking about Iowa State versus Cincinnati today, okay? We're wasting no time. Let's get right to it. I'm going to give you, so as I'm breaking down the game, I'm going to give you like a quick 1 minute, 2 minute breakdown. As I'm breaking down the games, I need you guys to give me everything you got on the game as well. Okay, so let's put up a poll for this one real quick. Give me red for Iowa State, blue for Cincinnati. What side are you on today? Red for Iowa State, blue for Cincinnati. Hit the follow button if it's your first time. Your picks lost my house. Jordan, I don't even know you. I've never seen you in my life. But if you are in the Discord, I'm sorry if we went 0-3 yesterday, but I'm sorry that we hit 46 out of our last 55 before that, okay? If you can't manage your bankroll, brother, you're doing the wrong thing, okay? You're in the wrong business, brother. We're not little kid. We're not children around here, man. We're grown. We know how to manage our bankroll. I'm not going to do it for you. Come in here and tell me you lost your house, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Let's go. There's some stupid people in the world. All right. We're talking about Iowa State versus Cincinnati. This line opened up 1.5 at home. Cincinnati's favored by 1.5 at home. This line has not moved this line has not moved all week long. Okay. Now, before you go and think Iowa State is super public, it's not. Only 58% of the public on Iowa State, but you do have the classic, undefeated number 14 team in the country. On the road, and they're underdogs, right? They're dogs here. Iowa State is a dog in Cincinnati, although they're undefeated and although they are ranked, okay? So that's something you got to keep in mind here. Let's take a look at strength of schedule. That's a good place to start, guys. Cincinnati has been tested a little bit more than Iowa State. It's not drastic, but they definitely have been tested a little bit more based on who they've played, okay? We have... When comparing these, so I got an ATS trend here for you guys. So against a number under head coach Matt Campbell, right? We got Matt Campbell here for Iowa State. We know him. He's a pretty good coach here in the FBS level. And under his tenure here with Iowa State is 28-19 as dogs. So anytime they're listed as dogs, they are 28-19. Including 3-0 in the last year and a half. So ever since the beginning of 2024, they are 3-0 when they're listed as dogs as well. Let's compare offense to offense here, guys. You actually have a better offense here with Cincinnati, man. You have a better offense here with Cincinnati through the air, on the ground. Overall, they're really good in the red zone. When they get down to the red zone, they score touchdowns. They have a very good offensive line. They don't allow sacks on their quarterback. The problem with Cincinnati is on the defensive end. Their defense is definitely lacking a little bit here, especially through the air. They are leaking through the air. They're giving up 7.45 yards per attempt, per drop back. So definitely got some issues here. So really this comes down to the better offense is Cincinnati, but the better defense is Iowa State. Let's look at what these teams want to do on offense. So Iowa State wants to run the ball. They rank 35th in run frequency. Okay, but are they running well? They're really not running that well. They're not having a ton of success, and that is the strength of the Cincinnati defense. So Cincinnati doesn't do a ton of things well on defense, but one thing they do well is stop the run. Guys, this is your classic. You got a team favorite against an undefeated team against a ranked opponent. I know Matt Campbell's been pretty good pretty good as a dog, but this one looks like Cincinnati to me, guys. Let's see what you guys are saying real quick. Looks like you guys aren't even voting. Come on, man. Let's get it, guys. Scary money don't make money. Yes, sir. It's absolutely. Matt from the bodega knows. ISU is missing key defensive players. I took the under for under 56. Let me take a look at the under for you real quick. Where would I go with Iowa State versus Cincinnati? Oh yeah, this thing's inflated, man. This thing has been has moved all the way from 51 up to 55 as a result of those injuries, most likely. If you're on the under, I think you're on the right side there, man. If you chase steam, you get burnt, in my opinion. Are you dropping a free play today? Yes, I do intend to drop a free play today. So my under looks good at 56. Yes, I think you're on the right side there. You usually want to fade those market movements when the market moves so much. All right, guys, what game is next? Somebody drop another game. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Dell wants to talk about Florida State. Do you trust the Brewers? I haven't got into MLB yet, so I don't want to speak before I'm ready, man. So I don't have anything for MLB. Maybe I come back on here and do MLB show, but we'll see. Let's get it, guys. We got work to do. Virginia, Texas, Notre Dame, Florida State. Come on, let me get a consensus, guys. Drop the home team. What game y'all want to talk about? Florida, Texas. Okay, I'm seeing Florida, Texas. Let's go to Florida versus Texas. This is a 3:30 start time here between Texas and Florida. We are going with give me red for Texas, blue for Florida. What side are you on today? Red for Texas, blue for Florida. We are talking about number 9 Texas against now unranked Florida. Texas is favored by 5.5 on the road in Florida at the Swamp. Where are you guys going with this one? Are you laying the points with Texas? Are you taking the points with the Gators? My man Hala says blue, blue, blue. Take blue all day. It is DJ Lagway against Arch Manning. What up, PSI? How you doing, bro? Wash those dirty hands. I think you're talking about the joke we were making in the Discord. Hell yeah, man. We bounce back today. That's what we do. PSI, he agrees. He says take Cincy straight up. All right, guys. Let's talk about Texas versus Florida. So like I just mentioned, you have number 9 on the road, Texas, against a struggling Florida team. They've lost 3 in a row, Florida has, including last week. Was this last week? No, they had a week off. So they're coming off of a bye week after struggling the way you were, okay? And usually the way that plays out, guys, damn, that's going dirty, sorry. The way that plays out is when you're going into your bye week and you're struggling the way Florida has, right? They've lost 3 in a row. They lost their rank. Usually the bye week helps, right? The bye week can only help you when you're struggling the way you were, for you to take a week off and to figure out what wasn't working and keep improving on the things that were working. This can help out Florida big time, okay? And we have to mention scheduling wise. So Texas is coming off of a bye week as well. But they went into the bye week on a roll. They won 3 straight games heading into their bye week. They won every single game. They covered the last game against Sam Houston State. They crushed them. So they were rolling going into the bye week. So the way that works, guys, is the bye week actually can work as a like a momentum stopper, right? If you have this momentum, you won every single game since opening week, right? Ohio State is when they lost. Won every single game. They crushed the last opponent. And for you to go into the bye week, that's the worst possible time you want your bye week, okay, when you're rolling. And here's another thing in terms of scheduling you really got to pay attention to. I just made a video about this. Texas has Oklahoma on deck. If you guys do not know college football, that is the Red River rivalry. The Red River Rivalry. Say that 3 times in a row. Red River Rivalry. Texas has the Red River Rivalry on deck. And they're playing this Florida team they're down, they're out. That could play a big part here, guys, because Oklahoma is ranked 5th in the country. Texas is ranked 9th currently. So these are 2 top 10 teams playing at their best, and these teams just hate each other. So these teams play. So keep that in mind as we're talking about this real quick. Let me keep it moving real quick. Under Florida head coach Billy Napier, okay. Under Billy Napier, Florida is 6-3 straight up and 6-3 against the number as a home dog. So we are seeing them here as a home dog today. In terms of strength of schedule, these teams have both been tested. They both played a very similar strength of schedule so far. But the biggest difference here is on offense, man. On offense, DJ Lagway is really screwing them a little bit here, man. He ranks 101 in passer rating so far, only throwing for 5.8 yards per attempt. So the passing game really lacking here, but they still have a defense. Both of these teams have a hell of a defense. Texas is extraordinary on the defensive end. Florida is pretty good as well, man, especially despite the way DJ Lagway has been playing. So let's talk about what these teams want to do. Texas wants to run the ball. They rank 22nd in run frequency. They're okay at it. They're not terrible. But that is the strength of the Florida defense. Okay, Florida is better against the run than they are through the air. Florida on the other side, they should be running the ball, but they don't. They depend more on the run game, on the throwing game, on the passing game. They don't do a really good job at it, and that is the success of the Texas defense. Well, Texas defense is really good at both. They're good at stopping the run and passing and dropping the run. Guys, this cap for me kind of ended when we were talking about the scheduling standpoint. Texas, Florida coming out of their bye week had a lot of things to fix. Texas has the Red River Rivalry on deck against Oklahoma. They're both top 10. That's a huge game next week. Not this week, next week. I think you could get caught looking ahead a little bit here. I think Florida is the right side, even though you have DJ Lagway on deck. Let's see. You guys are saying Florida as well. Okay, I'm a little surprised by that. Let's see what the comments are saying real quick. My man Chris says take the Bengals over the Lions. Brother, I'm gonna post a link in my bio for the Boys and Girls Club. If you want to donate there, go ahead, man. Yo, I keep using Slater's joke. I'm gonna steal Slater's joke, man. So Mayo says take Texas -5.5. I don't know, brother. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling that, man. But again, there's still about 4 hours to go to kickoff. That's just my opinion right now. That's just the way we're cooking this right now, man. What game is next? If you guys are done talking about this game, drop the next game we're talking about. Try to stick with the home team. That way I can see if we have a consensus. What home teams y'all want to talk about? Alabama, Michigan, Cincinnati. We already talked about Georgia, Ohio State. Anybody want to talk about those games? Oklahoma. PSI says DJ Lagway is doo-doo, but Florida will keep him in the game. Yo, Florida's defense has done nothing but keep them in the game. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Hit the follow button. I'm out here working every single day, man. Whether it's a good day or a bad day, you can't tell. Based on my energy, I bring it every single day. Yesterday was not a good day. It was 0-3 in the Discord. Owen. I hate going Owen. I always say 1-2 you could live with, right? You could live with the 1-2. But when you go 0-3, I'm dead set on bouncing back, man. I'm dead set on bouncing back. If you want to hit the follow button and get more of the content, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio to join the Discord. We are still 12 out of our last 16 on college football. Overall, 47-15. 47-15. That's pretty good last time I checked. My man wants to talk about Florida State. Let's talk about some Florida State real quick. We were talking about Miami versus Miami, Florida on the road at Florida State here. Let's talk about this one real quick. Give me red for Miami. Give me blue for Florida State. What side are you on today? Red for Miami, blue for Florida State. That is a primetime matchup here on Saturday night. We're talking about Miami. Number 3 Miami against number 18 Florida State. Red for Miami, blue for Florida State. Yes, I will be giving a free play today, guys. I will be giving a free play in the Discord. Link is in bio if you guys want to join up. Whoops. If you guys want to join up, I will be giving you guys a free play. Guys, my bad about yesterday. We had nothing but Doo-Doo University and Kaka Tech. They were playing each other, man. I should have known better. We don't have to depend on those teams today, man. Let's get after it, guys. We're talking about Miami, Florida versus Florida State. This line opened up 5.5 in favor of Miami on the road. It is down to 4.5. This line is down to 4.5. 61% of the public is on Florida State. This would be one of those reversals. This is sketchy. Number 3, Team Miami. Number 18, Florida State. Let's talk about this one, guys. So there's going to be a whole lot of Florida. I'm going to mention Florida here a lot, guys. Miami, Florida is playing Florida State today, but they're coming off of the game against Florida, okay? The Florida Gators, okay? They won and covered that game. That was 2 weeks ago, okay? So they had a bye week, and they haven't played since then, okay? Florida State, on the other hand, they are coming off of that Friday night thriller. I made a video about this one too. They are coming off of that Friday night thriller against Virginia, okay? They were clearly looking ahead. Okay, they were favored by 7 points in Virginia. Those Cavaliers got them in double overtime, a thriller. They lost outright to Virginia. Clearly looking ahead to this game. This was a much bigger game for them in the ACC. And I think usually when you get caught looking ahead, okay, you brush it off. And generally speaking, you come back and you were looking ahead for a reason, right? You were already caught looking ahead. You better come and deliver it here in the next game where you actually were looking ahead to. Let's talk about real quick strength of schedule. Both of these teams have played very identical strength of schedules. Both of these offenses are very good, guys. Don't sleep on Florida State, even though they're ranked a little bit worse than Miami, guys. Florida State is money so far this year. Tommy Castellanos, he ranks 3rd in the country in terms of passer rating. He is slinging it. He's got an 11.6 yards per attempt. He's just going down the field on you. In terms of defense, yes, the edge does go to Miami here in terms of defense, but it's not by that much. This is a tight battle here at Florida State. Real quick, what do these teams want to do? They both run the ball pretty well. They're pretty balanced, but Florida State is just dead set on just airing it out, and they do it pretty well. And then when you get caught trying to cover down the field on Castellanos, he can run the ball on you as well. He's a dual threat quarterback. Guys, this line is kind of telling you what it needs to already. I think Florida State is the right side here. Florida State catching the points at home. Don't be surprised if they win this game outright. This would be Florida State at home today against Miami. Let me see what you guys said real quick. Is the spread, or we were talking about the number? We're talking about the number, brother. Take the over. We can look at the over real quick. What do you think about Wisco? We could talk about Wisconsin. David, what's up, David? David, brother, you're one of the guys I feel for. I know you just joined the Discord, brother. And you're not off to the best 2 days, man, but I know I'm familiar, and I know we want to get you some wins, man. Let's get to it today. It actually opened at 7.5. So if you saw this thing at 7.5, that would be interesting, because then that could be too much of a movement, right? That's something I would consider a steam movement. I would have to go look at that. I got this thing at 5.5, brother. Ohio State. This is a hard listen. Why is it a hard listen? I'm giving you so much information in 2 minutes or less. I'm sorry, it's a hard listen. I can give me some feedback, some good feedback, and I can make some adjustments. All right, game. What game y'all want to talk about next? Somebody drop the next home team y'all want to listen to. Ryan says, I hate you. Damn, brother. I'm sorry that you woke up with that energy today, man. We could talk about Duke later on, guys. Let's focus on the top 25 matchups right now. If we have some time, we can come back to non-ranked matchups. The same thing with Boston College. Anybody else want to talk about any other games, or are we going to wrap it up? Nobody wants to talk about Oklahoma, Alabama? Let's go, guys. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. You guys should be double tapping too, man. Come on, double tap the screen for me. Everybody except whoever that guy was. everybody except that other guy is enjoying the streams, man. So I'm gonna keep these going. All right. We talked about Cincinnati. I think this is a classic. This is a ranked opponent. Is a dog on the road. Matt Campbell does concern me. Matt Campbell is a hell of a head coach. He's a hell of a head coach. He does concern me a little bit. He's good. He's good as a dog. But Cincinnati was not expected to be this good, and they are turning some heads. They are turning some heads. Their offense is pretty good here. Just through the air, that they do a lot of things well. And again, remember, Iowa State wants to run the ball. That's the one thing that Cincinnati's defense does well. Virginia, Alabama, Cincinnati. So yeah, I just covered the Cincinnati game. Florida State over. Let me look at that for you real quick. Would I go over on the Florida State game real quick? No, actually, opposite, brother. Opposite. This thing opened up 54.5. It is down to 53.5, and everybody's taking the over. Okay, so does the under make sense here? Yeah, probably not in the Florida State game. These games are blowing past the over. But let's see. So both these teams do run the ball. So you do like that. These teams run the ball. They have really good defenses. Both of them do. It's just the offenses are so good. The offenses are the better units here. And Florida State just goes at a super fast pace. They rank 34th in terms of pace. So I don't think I could get behind an under, but would I talk you off an over? I could see this thing falling short of the total, brother. Personally. Bro, New Mexico, the only reason I lost yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I was on New Mexico. It happens, brother. Sometimes I'm going to get some plays wrong. And especially, yesterday I should have freaking probably just reduced my plays, especially when we were talking about Dudu University. What game is next, guys? Illinois. So try to give me the home team real quick, guys, so I can see a consensus here. Illinois, Kansas State, Iowa. Are you with FSU? I did say FSU is. I think FSU is a better side, brother. Alabama. It's all good, man. I didn't even, bro. After the halftime, I was like, yeah, these kids, man, these kids. I'm not staying up for this. I'm not gonna. You got to be able to brush it off, guys. And I brushed that off last night. I brushed it off at halftime. I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep and get ready for noon kickoff tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. Do you think Iowa covers? Do you think Iowa covers 5.5? Unless you're talking about Iowa State, I don't have Iowa on my slate today, man. Not one of the games I'm concerned with here. Texas versus Florida. Did we talk about Texas versus Florida already? Yes, we did. We talked about Texas versus Florida. This is the, Texas has Oklahoma on deck, the Red River rivalry. I think Florida is the right side there, man. Iowa State. Do I like Iowa State? I don't. I'm not in love with Iowa State. I'm not in love with Cincinnati either, to be honest, though. I mean, is Cincinnati maybe a little undervalued here? Why do I have a different quarterback here for Cincinnati? Cincinnati should have baby Mahomes, right? Cincinnati football. Oh, no. This is Brandon. Yeah, this is Brandon Sorosky. I'm thinking Nebraska. Brandon's been nice. Brandon Sorosky has been nice. He ranks 7th in the country. God damn, he ranks 7th in the country in terms of passer rating. 9.9 yards per attempt. He's getting a first down on every drop back, pretty much. It's the defense that concerns me. The pass defense definitely concerns me a little bit here. But that's not what Iowa State wants to do. Iowa State wants to run the ball. Yeah, I was thinking about baby Mahomes, Nebraska. Sorry, but you're wrong about Texas and Miami game. All right, brother. We'll see, Mag. Texas and Miami is winning, and we weren't talking about winning, guys. Winning, covering, taking a team to just win straight up is not impressive at all. Okay, if you guys are impressed by that here on TikTok, we're talking about covering the number. All right, guys, what game is next? Alabama All right, let's talk about Vanderbilt versus Alabama. This is hell of a game here, real quick. Give me red for Vanderbilt. Give me blue for Alabama. What side are you on today? We are talking about covering the number, guys. 11.5 is the number currently. Red for Vanderbilt, blue for Alabama. PSI says Vanderbilt is getting rolled today. We'll see. Let's take a look at this one real quick. Let's talk about Vanderbilt versus Alabama. Number 16 in the country now. Vanderbilt sneaking up into the top 10 here almost. Alabama is number 10 in the country. And Vanderbilt's 5-0 at this point of the season here. Let's talk about how Alabama is. They opened up as 12.5. It did go down to 10.5 during the week, but it's back to 11.5. So let's take a look at this one, guys. In terms of scheduling, you do have Alabama coming off of the huge win against Georgia in Athens. Georgia had not lost a game in Athens in 33 straight games. That was a huge game to go in there and win at Georgia. Excuse me. So they won that game outright as a 2.5, 3-point dog. So you got to keep that in mind, guys. You guys know at this point, Diego Pavia, the quarterback for Vanderbilt, he's shown us some magic, man, especially when he's a dog. He is 7-1 as a dog of 7 or more. Okay, when he's a dog of 7 or more, like today, he is 7-1 against the number. But here's where these teams don't necessarily match up. Alabama has been hella tested. Alabama has played the hardest schedule in the country so far. Okay, so they started off the season right in Florida State. Right, look at Florida State now, man. We know that was Florida State, not the same team that we probably thought they were a year ago. Look at them now. Alabama has played the toughest schedule going into Georgia last week. That was tough. They played the number 1 schedule. Vanderbilt 42nd. Okay. So keep that in mind as we're talking about the numbers here. According to the numbers, yeah, this is a good offense versus offense matchup here. Both teams do a lot of things well, but Vanderbilt is better on the ground there. They're averaging 6.7 yards per carry, 53.9% success rate. Pretty good numbers here. On defense, both of these defenses are pretty identical. I'm not really seeing any differences here. But one thing I'm loving for Alabama, guys, is they clamp down. Actually, they don't even let opponents get in the red zone on them. They've only allowed 6 red zone attempts on them so far this year. They've given up 5 touchdowns. So it is a high percentage, 5 touchdowns and 6 attempts. But the fact that the teams don't even get to the red zone is pretty telling. Vanderbilt has allowed 14 red zone attempts. So we keep that in mind. Neither of these teams really stick to the run. So remember how I was telling you that Vanderbilt has a chance to... Vanderbilt has a chance on the ground, right? They run the ball pretty well. They don't stick to it. So that's their problem. They don't really stick to it. This is a tough one here because you have Alabama coming off of a huge win. Vanderbilt's going into their bye week, right? They're going into the bye week, so you have a chance to let it all out here a little bit here. This is one where I want to take the dog, but this one feels like a fake sharp play, I gotta admit. But for now, I gotta lean Vanderbilt. I think this is a lot of points to be taken with a team that with a quarterback that really is playing just as good as Ty Simpson. Again, maybe the strength of schedule could be questioned a little bit here. I would have to go game by game and see what we're talking about here. But this is really a top tier offensive matchup between both teams. Alabama revenge spot. Yes, they did lose to Vanderbilt a year ago, so that does play a part here. Alabama opened at 24. I think you're talking about the summer line. At this point, I don't really take the summer line into account too much. I was gonna take Vandy at 26.5. Yeah, good luck with that, brother. MLB. I'm not ready to talk about MLB today. I'm focused on these noon kickoff games, and then I'll shift to MLB. I do gotta admit, I am saying Vanderbilt, but I do gotta admit this it does smell a little fishy here. The loss that they took a year ago, was pretty embarrassing for Alabama. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Hit the follow button if you guys want to join the Discord. Link is in bio. We are in need of a bounce back day. Okay, we are in need of a bounce back day, but we haven't needed a whole lot of bounce back days in a while. Okay, we haven't needed a bounce back days in a while. It's because we've been cashing. We've been cashing slips almost every single day, guys. So let's get to it. We are on MLB 12-4, 12-4 in our last 16. We got college football on deck today, man. Can't believe I lost 3 plays yesterday on Doo-Doo University. I should have known better. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. I learn from my losses, man. I'm not reminiscing. I literally write down like what I learned on my whiteboard. Okay, so today we don't have to rely on Doo-Doo University. We have really good matchups, and we have so a lot of people are going to look at these numbers and say, well, there's a lot of big numbers today in terms of like the spread. But that also creates opportunities for like possible look ahead spots. I just posted a video where you could have a possible look ahead spot here with Georgia, Kentucky. You can have one with Texas, Florida. You can have one with Oklahoma and Kent State. So keep that in mind, guys. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Warfield Elite, what's good, brother? I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you, brother. Shout out to my man Warfield, man. He was me and him used to cook on the Facebook groups, man. Yeah, Alabama has its date circled, so yeah, head to head. That was an embarrassing loss for them a year ago. Who do you got in the Cincy game? We talked about Iowa State versus Cincinnati. The only way you could play this really is Cincinnati. Right? That's the sharp angle here to take because you have a ranked team, an undefeated team coming in here as a dog. That just smells fishy, man. He said I'm gonna put my grandma on Alabama -10. Yeah, you funny, man. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Is the revenge spot still a thing with the transfer portal and most guys not being on the team this year? I would say yes, but Alabama and Vanderbilt are not teams that lost a whole lot in the transfer portal. Let me see if I still have that information. Oh, yeah. These teams are pretty complete from a year ago. Yeah. The top teams in college football, you make a good point, but these teams didn't lose production. They brought back a lot of their players, right? Everybody usually wants to come into these teams, not come out of them. K-State game. I don't have K-State on my radar today, guys. I limit to top 25 and then a little bit. I have some extra games if you guys want to talk about some extras, but let's focus on the top 25 today, man, real quick. Guys, we have another early kickoff here we got to talk about some of these early kickoff games real quick. Kentucky versus Georgia. This is a noon kickoff game. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's get the juices flowing on Kentucky versus Georgia. This is a 19.5 point number, but it is a SEC versus SEC matchup. Let's talk about this one real quick. Does Georgia cover this big number? Red for Kentucky, blue for Georgia. What side do you want today? Red for Kentucky, blue for Georgia. Let's go, guys. Cast your votes. Cast your votes. Red for Kentucky, blue for Georgia. What side are you on? Georgia is ranked number 12. Number 12 in the country. Why is my... No. Damn it. I just lost some of my scheduling stuff. Okay, I'm waiting for some of my scheduling stuff to come back. Why is that? It shouldn't be pointing to the... Let's see. How can I fix this? I can fix this right now. Guys, cast your votes. Red for Kentucky, blue for Georgia. Cast your votes. Cast your votes. How can I just see if I duplicate this? If I change the name, that's not going to work. Okay, so we know Georgia's coming off of that loss against Alabama. We know that's a huge loss for them. And here's what we do know too. Under this head coach, under Kirby Smart, Kirby Smart's not really interested. He's not really interested in covering a whole lot of big spreads. Guys, you should know this by now. In general, when Georgia is favored, they are 2-13 against the number. I used this last week. I told you guys this. Georgia's 2-12 against the number. Now they're 2-13 against the number when they're favored in general. And then when you have Georgia when they're favored by 17 or more, they are 16. So Georgia, as a 17-point favorite, they are 1-16 against the number. Sorry. This is straight up. 16-1. Straight up. So they do win the games, but they don't cover. They don't cover the number. They are 8-17. 8-17 against the number when favored by 20 or more against the SEC. So they do have an SEC opponent today against Kentucky. Let's talk about this one real quick, guys. In terms of strength of schedule, Kentucky kind of can hang up there. They've been battle tested a little bit here. Kentucky ranks 29th in terms of strength of schedule. Georgia ranks 3rd in terms of strength of schedule. But when it comes to the offense, you definitely have a Kentucky team that's struggling. They have I think they've switched quarterbacks at this point, but their quarterbacks they ranked 127th in terms of passer rating. They're only completing 50% of their passes so far. Georgia on the other side, not like you have a quarterback that's really taking the top off the defense, but Gunnar Stockton has shown us something. He's definitely shown us something. But the offense edge definitely goes to Georgia. It's the defense, guys. I told you last week, Georgia is definitely leaking a little bit here on defense, and especially through the air. The same can be said for Kentucky. So both of these defenses are kind of not teams that are not units you should really depend on. These teams want to run the ball. They want to establish the run. They both rank top 20 in terms of run frequency. So who can do it better? Both of these teams do it pretty well. They both establish the run pretty well. Georgia defends the run pretty well. Guys, this is a big number to be laying here with Georgia. Georgia isn't interested in covering these big numbers. They've shown us week in, week out. They just kind of want to go on to the next game. Luckily, I did write down my note here before my model broke. Georgia has Auburn on deck. So this is a hell of a sandwich spot here. They're coming off of a huge game against Alabama, and then they have Auburn on deck. Guys, the only way I really could play this would be Kentucky. Let me see what you guys said on this one real quick. It would be Kentucky for me. Looks like you guys are leaning Georgia. There we go. Yep. So I had it backwards. Georgia is 0-16 against the number as a regular season favorite of 17 or more. So when they're favored by 17 or more, 0-16. I got this at 1-16. But yes, we're on the same thing. Georgia does not cover when they're favored, first of all, and definitely when they're favored by this much. Kirby Smart he's shown us he doesn't run up the scoreboard. Are you really 12 for 16? Yes, 12 for 16 on our last college football plays, and believe it or not, that includes 0-3 yesterday. So we were 12-1 going into yesterday. Now at 12-14, and yeah, those doo-doo universities got me yesterday for 0-3. So we're in bounce back mode, man. If you guys want to join the squad, link is in bio. We've been partying it up. We literally been throwing a banger every single night for the last 2-3 weeks. I intend to throw another banger tonight, man. We be partying in the Discord. Literally, it's a party. It's a virtual party. All right, guys. What game is next? Man, I need my model to come back, man. I'm lost some cells here. I got too many things open. What game is next, guys? Drop another game, and then we'll talk about it. We don't have too much more time, guys. We got to get going. This is another noon kickoff we should probably talk about real quick, guys. We need to talk about Illinois versus Purdue. We haven't talked about Illinois versus Purdue yet. Let's put up a poll for this one real quick. Give me red for Illinois, blue for Purdue. Red for Illinois, blue for Purdue. What side are you on today? Luckily, I did write this one down as well. Illinois, coming off of a huge game against USC. They won that game outright against USC. USC still a respected team. But the big problem here is Illinois has Ohio State on deck. They have Ohio State, the number one team in the country, on deck next week. Okay, and then here they're favored by over a touchdown. They're favored by over a touchdown at unranked Purdue team, right? A team that's lost 2 in a row. A team that was expected to be bottom of the barrel here in the Big 10. Excuse me. Let's take a look at this one real quick. In terms of strength of schedule, you can't really compare these teams though. So this is kind of going to throw the stats out the window. This is the way I look at it. When you haven't played an identical strength of schedule, it doesn't really help, right? Illinois has played the 15th hardest schedule. You saw them go into Indiana. You saw them play these hard matchups, and then Purdue hasn't really been tested. In fact, they've only played the 66th hardest schedule so far, and their defense is leaking. Their defense is leaking really bad against a bad schedule. Defense to defense, yeah. Illinois' defense is not that great either. They definitely got lit up in the game against Indiana. But yeah, Purdue's defense has no excuse, right? If they haven't played anybody, they have no excuse to to be leaking the way they are. They're giving up 7.84 yards per attempt. They're giving up a .31 EPA, estimated points added. That's pretty bad. That's one of the worst on the board today. But in terms of offense, both of these offenses do kind of compare here. Both of the passing games are pretty similar. Both of the running games are pretty similar. But who wants to run the ball more? Neither team really sticks to the run. Run frequency, both of these teams are kind of bottom of the barrel. So they do depend more on the passing game. And which passing game can you trust more? That would be Illinois. That would be Luke Altmaier, the 15th in the country in terms of passer rating, completing 72% of his passes. Pretty good numbers there for Illinois' passing game. And that is the weakness of the Purdue defense. This is one where at the strength of schedule, that's where I drew the line already. Purdue just not a team that could really hang with Illinois. Hasn't been tested the way they should. The cap, the market movement, the sharp side of me does say Purdue is the right side here, especially with Illinois on probably thinking about Ohio State on deck. But I don't think I could get there. But it would, if I had to play something, it would probably be Purdue, but I'm not in love with it, man. How much won in your Discord? You tell me, brother. If you've hit 47 and 15, so 47 out of our last 62, we've been crushing it, man. College football, NFL, they're all profitable so far this season. Last year, I came on here several times and I told you guys, pay attention come college football and come NFL season. Last season, college football was 68% for us. 13 out of 15 weeks in the green. NFL was 58%. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. If you guys want to test the Discord out, link in bio if you guys want to join the Discord. $70 includes 4 weeks of NFL, 4 weeks of college football, 4 weeks of MLB playoffs. Thank you guys for sharing the stream. I do appreciate it, and the double taps as well. Do you do player props for college football? Brother, I don't, man. I stay in my lane. Sides and totals, man. Sides and totals for the most part. What game is next, guys? I don't have UNLV on my bingo card, brother. I do limit to top 5 and then a few extra games. Let's see. Is there any other big games we haven't talked about? Because we got to wrap it up at this point, guys. Last call. We gotta talk about one more game and then we're out of here, guys. Oh, we haven't talked about Virginia versus Louisville. Y'all want to talk about this? Cold streak on free plays, bro. Free plays have been annoying me. So yes, yesterday I skipped. Thursday we didn't deserve the NFL teaser, but we almost hit it with the Rams and the under. Okay, and then the 3 before that, those definitely did frustrate me a little bit because I gave the Discord in the span that I gave the Discord 14 and 3, a 14 and 3 span. I gave the free plays 0 and 3. So out of my 3 losses, I gave the free play all 3 of them. It's annoying, but it does work out. If you guys want all of my plays, join the Discord, join the premium side. But yes, I know free play needs to bounce back. Today we're bouncing back, okay? Let's talk about how much to get in the Discord. It's $70. It includes a whole month worth of college football, NFL, and MLB. All right, guys, let's talk about Louisville versus Virginia. And with this one, we wrap it up. Give me red for Virginia, blue for Louisville. Who is out here working this hard, man? Every single day. Again, I give you guys the same energy after a good day, after a bad day. You know how hard it is to get up after a day like 0 and 3? It's not easy, guys. It's not easy, but that's why this is not for the weak. Okay, and if you're too weak, consider just hanging it up now, man. Call the 1-800 hotline. I would highly suggest it. if you're down to play by the units, the U's, and manage your bankroll, this is for you. If you guys want to join the squad, link is in bio. We got a win from my man David. I forgot your last name, but shout out my man David, man. He's been a trooper. I appreciate guys like him, man. Hit the follow button and then join the Discord link in bio. So we're talking about red for Virginia, blue for Louisville. Okay, I gotta go fix my MLB model, but we are talking about Virginia coming off of that huge win. That was their Super Bowl, guys. Did y'all see how quick they stormed the field? They wasted no time, bro. Like, I don't even think the ball was snapped yet, and the kids were already storming the field. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's how huge that win was. Virginia is now ranked. They are ranked 24th in the country against Louisville, undefeated Louisville here. So, guys, possible little hangover effect here for Virginia. Let's talk about it. With Virginia, you got Let's talk about strength of schedule. Both of these teams have played identical strength of schedules, so we can really take the numbers for what it is. The Virginia offense definitely looks much better here, especially in the red zone. Goodness, they are making they are making 31 trips to the red zone and converting 20 of them to touchdowns. So 65% efficiency there in the red zone. Pretty good numbers, and their offensive line should get a lot of credit. They are only giving up half a sack a game. So really good numbers there for Virginia. It's the defense. The Virginia defense is not a defense that you really should trust. The Louisville defense has been elite here, especially in the red zone. They clamp down in the red zone. They don't give you touchdowns. They don't even let you get to the red zone to top it all off. What do these teams want to do? If Virginia wants to establish the run, they're a run-first team. They rank 16th in terms of run frequency. They do it well, but like I mentioned, Louisville does have a good defense. Their pass defense is better than their run defense, but that definitely goes to tell you there. Louisville just wants to throw, and that does help when you're facing a Virginia team that is giving up 7.44 yards per attempt. This is one where it's your classic. Virginia is now ranked. Virginia could be hung over. Virginia is probably not focused the way they should against a Louisville team that is streaking. They've won 4 games in a row now. Louisville on the verge of probably being ranked if they win this game. They could swap places with Virginia here. I think this is a spot for Louisville here. I don't. You guys probably know I don't lay too many points, but this is one probably where I would lay the points here with Louisville. They were waiting anxiously, bro, to storm the field. It was crazy. They just stormed the field. Pittsburgh or Boston College, brother. I don't even have it on my radar. I wish I could help you. It's not one of my extras. I do have some extra games, but that's not one of them, brother. I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction. What time is the slate dropping, Rosa Perks? I gotta get off of here and see if we have any noon action. If we have noon action, it will drop at 11:30. I'll have either an announcement or the plays by 11:30 Eastern time. Purdue game, we talked about Purdue game. It's ugly, but if I had to take somebody, it would be Purdue. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everything, guys. I appreciate your time and attention. This helps me as well as I hope it helps you. I'm out here, it's not the same just, coming out, just waking up and just capping the games myself. No, it's better to just air it all out and say it out loud. If that helps you, I hope you guys are following by now. And then if you guys want to join the Discord, I am giving you both a bounce back free play and a bounce back full slate. Okay, we are 12 out of our last 16. If you don't believe that, yesterday we were 12-1, so 12 out of our last 13. That's not even that impressive. Our NFL run is even better. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. If I missed any of your questions, my bad. I tried to respond to everybody. Drop your question. Drop any of your questions that you have for today on my last video. I will respond, okay? I guarantee I will respond before game time. Wink, wink. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Pizza just followed, so I got you, Pizza Man. Pizza Man says Seminoles or Miami. If I had to play that one, it would be the Seminoles. It would be Florida State. My man Jack says, I'm in the Discord. He not lying. Bro, we was cooking. And 1 or 2 bad days is not going to change that, man. We're going to bounce back and we're going to get back at it today. What time is the slate dropping? So the full slate always on Saturdays. It just does drop at 3 p.m. Eastern time. If I have early action, it will drop at 11:30. So you'll see an announcement from me here shortly or a play. Guys, have a blessed day. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. YouTube, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one.